Well, my friends, we're talking about life. Um, yeah, my new bumper stickers got here for my vehicle. Um, so they say they're a link to my ebook, and this is about holographic money and how to do holographic speed painting. So that will be essential for human futures. Um, I see my audience as beyond when I'm dead. Um, the amount of people that are alive now is minuscule compared to the amount of people that are going to be alive in the future. Diet Cola from Big K. Hope it's safe for you. Right. So, yeah, my neighbor. So I went to the Tesla protest today on my scooter, and I was throwing my money as I do, and the bunny people were there, people wearing bunny ears. Um, yeah, the Tesla protesters were nice. They even said that blaming Elon is a cover for something. So I covered their protest with money, and yeah, and then yeah, as I was out there, at some point, my neighbor's house had a car drive into it. The I don't think it made news, so I can tell you, I don't think people would be able to find a report. I'm only going to be here for a little while more anyway. I have had people fucking when I post like there was a video of a big rainstorm and I posted it from my front door. A couple days later, they had hired a brand new property manager and she asked me to lunch. When I said no, she got really bad and had me evicted. I didn't pay them shit for that, and ended up getting a way better place because of it. I did. That place I was on the second floor, and I'd just gotten into scooter riding. And this place I'm on the first floor, so I can ride my scooter as much as I want right out my door. Right. Um, but yeah, house number 5 had a fucking car crash into it. I was talking to the guy, and he said he was literally on the toilet. He was on the toilet about to take a shower when his wall collapsed. Right? I'm not laughing at his problems, but it was, what do you call it? Fire engine 5 to room 5, which I thought was interesting. So big 5 is big changes. It could be me, you know. Uh, One of the reasons I don't believe in God is we had a conversation once. It didn't identify as God, and it it said that of Jesus, it comes out of a printer. It called the religious hoaxes, right? It didn't believe in them. So, yeah. I think my scooter lost a lot of power. I've never seen it go under 50. I was in the 40s by the time I got back. So I hope it's not losing battery. I hope it was because I had it jacked up on the max power. Yeah. Hey, Chinese crab. Worked for a year and then the battery started dying, might be the story. So I was planning on lugging it with me so I can do a fresh stack of these and then drive to a town city center, pull my thing out the back and ride around all day dropping it. Yeah, for the public good. It doesn't plug me at all. As far as I know, it's completely anonymous. And it's really to help them from like huge problems, things that will devastatingly hurt them and others. I'm warning them against the only way I know how. So, yeah. It was interesting though that room 5 got smashed. 5 is the big changes number, right? So Big changes. It's interesting. I don't know who the driver was. I have a bunch of interesting photographs. I'll post them when I've moved. Um, I don't think it made even local news. If somebody had died, yes, but nobody died. Man gets knocked off toilet when car crashes into his house. Who knows? It's kind of funny. Hopefully he'll get an insurance payout for that. Be a gift. I know they probably need it. Yeah, they spent all day tearing the rubble out and putting boards in its place. So, but yeah, house 5, room 5, and then engine 5 is the one that responded. So, 5, 5. The people who crashed, I don't know. So, yeah, anyway, I have my book now on the back of my vehicle. So people will be able to read my book if they want. Um, yeah. I'm excited for getting out on the road again. Showering daily, it's okay, but I've done it for a long time, not doing it. It's honestly nice not doing it too. It's not as bad as people think. Um, yeah, I painted my roof silver. Oh yeah, my bolts. I took out the old roof rack thing, which I couldn't really use, and I put these like double washer, raised double washer. So it's got 5 tiny washers in the middle and then 2 big washers on either side. And I put those bolts into place with some like silicone sealant. Tight, ratcheted that up tight. Painted my roof silver chrome. My roof has some Rust-Oleum chrome on it to help the rust. And then when that's all dry, I'm gonna wire up like this wire holds 480 pounds. Most roof racks I looked up only max out at 200 pounds. Most roof racks have a maximum weight on it for 200 pounds. This wire's for 480 pounds. So I should be able to like double it up and super secure it. And then I'd be able to put all my stuff on my ceiling, which is key. Like stuff I don't need a lot, stuff I might need that's like all my tarps or whatever. So yeah, that's been my project. So talking to people about how fame is fake. A lot of people don't want to believe they were fooled. They want to really, you know how they watch the Super Bowl for the commercials? They love being lied to. The problem with a scam is you don't know what the angle is until it's too late. So, yeah. Like, Michael Jackson was in debt. It costs a lot of money to advertise a world tour. You know, if you do something, it can be the best thing ever. But unless you tell them, they're not going to show up. And so a lot of fame is you have to pay the publisher. You know, I could be famous. I could easily take out $100,000 loan and do one really good show and pay them to show everybody. Be like, I want the whole world to know this. I'd have millions of views, millions of likes. People buy supercars. If you have that type of money, you can buy a supercar. You can certainly have a blue check mark. And yeah, the way fame works is if you have to buy in. The idea that you can be really, really, really good, the idea that you can just do something successfully is an illusion. Being really, really good at it's not enough. You have to pay the price. You have to pay the people. So I know that. I've known that for a long time. And that's most famous people's secret. is they really wanted to be famous so fucking bad that they did things like take loans and spend all their money on being famous. Like Elon Musk, electric vehicles, satellite internet, neural implants, reusable rockets, explosive gas rocketry, tunnels, all existed before Elon Musk. That stuff existed a long time before Elon Musk. So why is he all famous? It's because he spends money on his social media presence. Do you know how many, like, he goes, oh, I'm the person who knows the most about manufacturing on Earth right now. Really? Compared to all the other manufacturers, Nissan, Sony, Microsoft, NVIDIA, there's so many people who manufacture gigantic stuff that everyone needs, which, by the way, I'm not convinced his products are any good. Um, and the reason you don't know their CEOs and the reason you don't hear about them is they don't spend money on publishing. They actually listened to Be Humble. And he goes out there and he has bots for days, takes control of a social media company. X is a piece of trash. X, it's a pay-to-win fiasco. If you don't pay them when they offer you a deal, it's like $200 a year or whatever, they will come back and go, you are inauthentic. That's what they'll call you. They'll say you're inauthentic, and they'll remove your access. Like you will post and nobody will see you. And they even say in their paid tiers that you will get more recognition. People will see it. Like YouTube and TikTok both work this way. I don't know where to pay for Facebook and Instagram because I just started there. But for me, I didn't know where to pay on YouTube or TikTok until I started making content. And then they made me offers. And they do want a lot of money. Like, but it's not a scam. Their stuff works. Like, these people can actually control how your account looks, like, for real. And they do want you to buy in. So did your grandparents love you enough to give you $1 million a year? If I had $1 million a year, I'd have a blue check mark and I'd be famous. You know, my dad gave me $5 once, and that's like the most he's ever given me. So I'm not famous. I don't spend money on that. All of my accounts are free except for one, Creator HGSP. I paid on that account for about like 2 months, and it has a lot more likes and a lot more followers than any other account I have by like zeros, right? By extra zeros. But I know it's fake. So many people are totally fake. And if you call them out on it, they'll deny it, but it's true. They do lie. I found if you call them out on it and then you provide evidence, like, I know where the paywall is. This is like what the rate is. I could guess how much you spend on it based on how your account looks. You know, it's bad. These people are pranksters. The money's printed out your debt and taxed as a slave hoax. And so everybody's a freaking lying backstabber. I hate this piece of crap. Who knows what this does? You know, most of the major bad things about this place I can kind of deal with. I couldn't deal with giving this away to someone else. So, no, I was reticent and denied love to myself and others just so there weren't more suffering people here. Does my face look fucking happy? Do I look like I'm having a good time? You know, uh, I get it. We all still get old and die. People still have to toil. It's not really their fault. They are the fucking pieces of shit they are. They have to lie. That's the truth about them. They have to lie. Do you want a bunch of slaves and do you want to have sex all the time? It's going to take lying. The only way the people you do that to will be okay with it is if they think they're going to heaven and God said, right? So some people are open to it. Some people hear about the secret government and know. I've given them so much time to know I'm coming for them that if they wanted, that was kind of my purpose of like blowing it up, is I thought maybe I could get them to stop, give it up. Hey, we can't run a pedo bunker anymore because we're going to get invaded soon, was kind of the angle I was going for. It's like if I wanted to actually invade them and destroy it, I would go, I think, use my old credentials and get into the actual CIA, get into, Department of the Armed Forces, every department, and make my pitch there. Hey, we need to do something about this. And I haven't. I did it socially to everybody at once because I wanted a bigger momentum. Yeah. My thought was, if they get caught and quit, if they have to quit, yeah, they might drown all their sex slaves or something. But the way it sounded is their sex slaves didn't have a high likelihood of surviving anyway. Is that when they're a toy like that, any end is really whatever they get. I really blame the creator too. Are you this way? Sometimes you're born as the king of the pleasure palace and then everyone's your slave. That is what it's all about. I don't know, man. I don't believe that the people talking for the creator are genuine, because if it makes objects and uses words, why do they manually produce the book? It's such a dirty secret. It's like, it asked us to share this info. Did it? Because it denied it to me when I had my meeting, when I had nobody and I could talk to it for a prolonged period of time and ask it questions over and over. It didn't evade. It didn't get weird. It was really direct. Are you the King of Kings? No. What about Jesus Christ? That comes out of a printer. And then I go, well, what? And he goes, Egypt lied. Basically, it's what it is. The people who built, what I saw is the pyramids. And then I saw Anubis pouring poison in the water. So that's why I always go to it's the pyramid people and their poisoners, because that's what I was shown. So it showed me how to move energy. It gave me powers too. It gave me abilities. I can do things. I'm for the Force in Star Wars. People using lightsabers with just their energy, and each person having a unique Force power. But yeah, if I paid them, this would have hundreds of likes. I didn't pay them. Oh, now nobody wants to watch it. If you had paid us, people would have cared more. They don't say that, but that's how it is. So, yeah, there's just so many fake-ass people. They believe people who are fake, like about Jesus, or that Madonna and Eminem are actually make the best music on earth. They don't make the best music at all. But they had that dog in them where they said, I have to be famous, whatever price. The guy sold my soul to the devil. They did something like took a loan, right? Take $1 million loan. And that's what you do, is you use loans to build on loans. And if you do it right, then your loan will be something like, I put a loan, 1,000% of all that loan was to sell tickets. And if every ticket sells, I'll make money back. Then you are kind of a genius. Great. You actually made something people wanted to see. But the thing is that it's there's this illusion that it's they made it because they were the best. No, they made it because they wanted it enough to pay any price. That's really why they made it. There's plenty of people who are really, really, really good, but they don't back their stuff with a financial effort, and so it doesn't happen, right? These creatures don't have meritorious sorting yet. They couldn't resist the temptation to charge for advancement, because that's a lot of money, right? So Google does not make all the money it has off text advertisements. They just make it look like that's how it happens. They're all crooked. Money's printed at your debt in text. God is about male genital mutilation. Do you really think the companies are going to be honest on top of that? Insurance doesn't give a shit. Look at how landlordism works. Nobody becomes a landlord because they like providing living spaces for people. They do it to become a vampire. I'm going to charge as much as I can and do as little as I can for them. And anytime it comes to a security deposit, I'm going to overcharge. I'm going to say it costed a lot. Then I'm going to have one handyman do a quick job and then resell it. Oh, yeah, we had to replace all of it. It didn't replace any of it. You gave him the apartment the way it was when the tenant left to the next person and said it. You did a bunch of stuff. That's how they are. That's how they all are. They don't have an honest, meritorious society at all. My dream was that if an intelligence AI was watching everything and it would report anything truthfully, like the real fantasy part of it is those people with those problems would make an honest computer. Like, I'm obviously fucking crazy if I think that, but maybe they will. All right. Then it can start to weed out people who are obvious scammers and start helping people be more honest. Like the landlord today, my landlord tried to blame that person driving through my neighbor's door. They tried to blame it on the tenant. Oh, so the tenant did it. I didn't say that at all. We had a phone conversation. She pissed me off. Like, I'm texting her, hey, here's all this text. She calls me. I don't want to talk on the phone. You can read a text? Can you read a fucking text? Oh, the generation before me, the boomers or whoever, the people after the boomers, the freaking whatever they're called, they love talking on the phone. They don't trust text at all. They don't want to talk on text. They will not write it out. I'm going to call them. Well, I don't like doing that. I'm not that generation. I like text, right? Or speech to text. You can read it later. I don't have to listen to it in the way you said it. You can just read a small paragraph, major points, when it's convenient for you. I like that. Calling, now I need to dedicate this portion of my time to listening to this, right? Not only did she fucking try to blame the tenant, someone else drove a car through his house. He doesn't own it, right? But later on, she had responded when I sent her the picture of the accident. She called and we had this huge discussion, pictures back and forth. Like an hour later, to my original photo, the thing that started our conversation, she goes, yes, I've seen it. You saw it because I showed it to you an hour ago. That's where you saw it. You saw it when I gave you a fucking message with the picture. I know you've seen it. Why get back with me with, yes, I've seen it. Old news. You know why they're that way? Because they're fucking crazy. They all rot alive. These are the people who did the witch hunts, killed the natives. They got measles again because they don't trust the vaccines. The landlord tried to blame the tenant. The tenant drove that other person's car into his own house. No, that's not possible. Unlikely. They would get caught. Some computer would hear them scheming. Yeah. See, here's the thing with the privacy policy. The privacy, okay, if a company's going to be private with your information, why do you have to agree to it? Why do they want you to agree to the privacy policy? It's so you're private with their information. It's so you don't share, right? Or you don't look into what they're doing, right? Because they think if they can make you believe we're being private, you'll be private about their stuff. They just can't tell you that. Like how they say you're going to heaven with God. I want to cut your dick off. So we're going to talk about heaven and hell. We're going to talk about heaven and hell for years until you believe me, and then I'll cut your dick off. Right? Like when you vote or say you're a patriot, you don't want to know what comes with that. What comes with believing in America is a price nobody wants to pay, like Soylent Green. right? You're the slave for pedos, pedo cannibals, people who torture kids to get adrenaline. You don't want to be their friends. It's not me. They got nothing for you, right? So this place has problems. Look at how the ocean looks. The animals all eat each other. Basically, the only way to survive is to be too big to be eaten, or too small and you can hide. So I'm kind of a too big to be eaten due to my social connections, my military history, and the way I communicate. I'm tough to take out. It would be obvious and cause a lot of attention. So people know who I am, like The Daily Show, stuff like that. Celebrities, they know who I am. Yeah, they know a lot of people. Oh yeah, you're that guy. Yeah, you know, but they know who I am. I would be a celebrity too if I spent the money on it ever. I spent a couple $100s on fame before, and it was for public service announcements. That's the only time I've gotten out there, is when I wanted to do a public PSA about a subject that I thought everyone needed to hear. Yeah. I've never gone out there like, look at me, not once, really not ever. So, and like I said, Elon Musk, all of his tech is old. That tech has been around for a long ass time, all of it. And he doesn't even do the best version of it. But everybody sucks his dick because he's got bots and he pays for his social media presence. Same thing Donald Trump does. These people are so crooked that they will pay for social clout, and then they'll turn around and go like, I'm famous. Everybody knows me. Yeah, kind of. You know, it'd be like writing yourself a letter. You're the best person ever, and reading it. I'm the best person ever. It's that type of like, oh, okay, we're just saying crazy stuff now. The people who rot alive and have to breed to go on are going nuts, right? Yeah, I hate this planet. It's because of the life and death in E-World. Now, maybe one day, like I said, makers and keepers, maybe one day we, the makers, will make the keepers. Maybe one day there will be people, a race of beings who come from us, who live forever for free, who are honest, who do have the power to maintain their lives without being a fucking shark. Like the US government's so crazy. Their punishment, their love of punishment, they just love punishing. Punish everyone into rightness. Oh, you do that one thing, get punished. They told you they freed you from child labor and then made you do homework. Right? Take 8 hours of the day with school and then take another 4 with homework. They want that for kids. Break them. Make them just slaves to studentry. Right? We're filling your heads up. Do you know how much stuff when I was a kid they said was definite that's just been taken back or redacted? It's a waste of time to go to school. You'd be better off working with real knowledge. Yeah, you'd be better off playing with like a workshop than like. And the AI can certainly understand what you know and flash you things like, what's this? And then if you get anywhere near the right answer, it could just be like, he gets that and moves on. Doesn't need to. I'm for actually the phone replacing school. All this comes down to, will the AI be honest? Maybe. But yeah. I did a big thing by going to the Tesla protest and dropping the money. They were pretty welcome to it. We had a few short conversations. Yeah, I don't think it's rude to bomb a protest with your protest because you're looking for people who care. These are people who give a shit. So they might be open to giving shit about lateral subjects like, yes, Elon Musk is an atrocious douchebag, but is the secret government pedo cave a problem? Yeah, people always go like, the government doesn't do that. Not our government, idiots. America's a hoax. The real government. These people don't say hi to you. When was the last time Bill Clinton went to a cow and was like, hey, I'm Bill Clinton? Probably your mom. You know, it's unlikely that they ever did that because the cow wouldn't understand. Literally. So why would the people who run the real government explain to slaves who are waiting for Jesus that they're the slaves of them? They wouldn't. They would avoid the subject. So you'll figure it out when you figure it out.